Welcome to day 20, where we'll explore a balanced asana practice. Now, I want you to notice if any of these postures or concepts feel familiar to you that might not have felt familiar 20 days ago. In which case, congratulations, you've been learning. We've been learning together. Let's begin on the back. Getting ready to witness the breath in constructive rest. And I'm pretty sure you probably know which variation of constructive rest works best for you. Please take that. Settling into the space you're in. Settling into your body. Affirming your intention for today's practice, your sankalpa. And now please bring your very simple, direct attention to the sensation of breath in your body. Beginning with the space of your breath, meaning simply when you inhale, where do you feel the breath move? And when you exhale, where do you feel it release? Noticing the tempo of your breath. Does it feel pretty fast to you in this moment or relatively slow? What's the texture of the breath like? Is it kind of rough around the edges or relatively smooth? And notice over time, if just the act of paying attention to the breath starts to make the breath itself evolve. And you may find that it spreads more deeply into the body, it slows down, and it smooths out. All right, let's start to move. Please begin by lifting the knees up in towards the chest. Hug them in, either using your hands or your strap, either in front of or behind the knees. And now rock side to side. Massaging across the whole back. And now bring your hands either tucked behind the knees like this, or palming the kneecaps like this. We're moving into Apanasana. On the in-breath, straighten just the elbows so the thighs drop away from your belly. And on the exhale, bend the elbows and hug the thighs back in. On the inhale, thighs move away, making room for a belly breath. And as you exhale, thighs hug in, helping to press the breath back out. Keep going. Now, the next time your knees come in towards your chest, let go of the right knee, stand the right foot flat to the floor, and bring both your hands or your strap clasped behind this left thigh. Moving now into repetitions of Supta Padangusthasana. As you inhale, stretch the left leg straight up for the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend the knee and hug it in towards your chest. On the in-breath, the leg stretches up. And on the out-breath, it hugs back in. Continue. Just gradually warming up, bit by bit. The next time you stretch the leg up, please stay up. Press up with the foot, but very gently with the hands draw down, as though you're anchoring the thigh bone into the hip socket. We're going to transition from here directly into our figure 4 stretch. So start by turning the toes out to the left, bending the left knee, crossing the left ankle over. You know a few variations that you might prefer to use. I'm going to lift the right foot off the floor and see if I can clasp my hands or a strap to the outside of the left knee. You might draw little circles with the knee one way. Go the other way. Take a nice, easy breath in through the nose and send it out through the mouth. Relax the jaw. Please release. Stretch this left leg out on the floor. Give it a little bounce. Bend this left knee. Stand the left foot next to the right and observe any difference you can sense in terms of how the energy, the prana, is flowing in the left side versus the right. And now please bring the right knee into the chest. Bring your hands or your strap behind that thigh, beginning with repetitions of Supta Padangusthasana. On the inhale, stretching the legs straight up for the ceiling. And on the exhale, bending the knee and hugging it in. On the in-breath, lengthening up. On the out-breath, hugging in. Couple more. The next time you stretch the leg up, please stay up. Press up with the foot, but draw down with the hands, as though to anchor that thigh bone firmly into the hip socket. Transitioning directly into the figure 4 stretch. Please turn these toes out to the right. Bend the right knee and cross the ankle over, taking either the figure 4 stretch that you choose, or lifting the left foot off the floor, clasping your hands or your strap to the outside of this right knee and hugging the legs in. You might circle the knees one way, go the other way. Please take a nice, easy breath. Draw it in through the nose and send it out through the mouth. Relax the jaw. And now set this left foot down. Stretch the right leg out on the floor. Give it a little bounce. Now bend this right knee. Stand the right foot next to the left. Pause and observe the flow of energy in the whole low body. And that quality of vitality that is housed in the lower body is sometimes referred to as apana vayu, the downward wind, the sensation of letting go, of releasing. Okay, well done. Let's roll to one side. Bring yourself up nice and easy. Let's head for all fours, please. Table pose. I like to use a blanket under my knees for this. You might as well. Bring it so that it's underneath your knees with some sticky mat out in front of you. Have your thigh bones rooting straight down. Your arms rooting straight down. And then feel the tailbone pulling gently back, but right away from that, the crown of the head is pulling slightly forward. So you are fully extended through the spine, which we also know creates space through that central channel of the body. And now we're going to move some breath through that area with Chakravakasana. Please start with a nice, easy breath in here. And as you exhale, round the low back, lower the elbows and head as you pull the hips back. On the inhale, lift the chest off the thighs and come forward, stretching the chest away from the belly in table. And on the out breath, round the low back, lower elbows and head and pull back. A couple more, please. So on the inhale, front spine is stretched long, especially the upper spine. And on the exhale, back spine is stretched long, especially the low spine. The next time you come to table, please pause. Let's transition into Balasana, child's pose. Bring the big toes together and walk the knees out. Shift the hips back towards the heels. Keep the body lifted for just a moment. As you inhale, feel the upper spine draw forward. As you exhale, feel the low back stretch back, and now drop the head. If the head will not easily reach the floor, then you stack your hands or forearms and make yourself a little pillow. Bring attention to the sensation of breath in the back body, please. If what you really need is a couple more moments to rest in child's pose, by all means, please do. If you're ready for a downward facing dog, once again, you have a few variations that you know by now. Puppy pose, chair dog, or we'll try the one on the floor. Please come up to all fours. Spread the hands, strong in the fingers, creating that seal of hands into the earth, Hasta Bandha. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees up and press the hips back. Warm up the calves a little bit, pedaling into one heel and then the other. And then eventually press both hands forward. Draw both heels back and down. Please keep as much bend in the knees as you need to make the stretch in the back feel nice and even and long. And now please lower down to your knees and let's take a seat. So I'm going to fold up my blanket to create a little height for my seat. You may wish to sit higher, up to and including on a chair. So make your seat as comfortable as possible. We'll be doing some twisting. So just any way that makes you feel pretty level at your base and allows you to sit tall through the spine. All right, we're going to begin with repetitions, twisting side to side, alternating sides. When you come into the twist, this hand here can either stay on the same side or come across to the opposite knee, depending on the structure of your body and how far you're able to turn. Either way is great. Whenever you're ready, on your inhale, stretch your arms out into a T shape. And as you exhale, twist to the right. Bring the right fingertips to the ground behind you or the chair. On your inhale, swivel back to center, stretch the arms out. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Left fingertips find something to ground on behind you. Keep going. These are the warm-up twists. Just go half as far as you think you could. Now, the next time you come into the twist to the right, we'll stay. And now we'll go in a little deeper, but we'll let it be through and from the breath. So on the inhale, feel lots of space in the spine. And on the exhale, feel the belly hug in to create support as you twist a little more to the right and look over the right shoulder. So the twist primarily originates in the belly. The hands just provide a little additional leverage. And now keep the hands nice and low. Just start to unwind the twist and rest your hands in your lap. Pause and feel the spine continuing to unwind. On your inhale, stretch your arms out in a T. And on your exhale, please twist to the left. On your in-breath, feel a lot of space through the spine. And on the out-breath, feel support as you revolve a little more deeply, as you look over the left shoulder. Feeling the belly hug in and the hands just providing additional support. And now slowly unwind. Let the spine come back to neutral. And after we do a pretty strongly asymmetrical movement like that, we do want to do something more neutralizing for the spine. So if you can, please bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop apart like this. If this position is not going to work for you, stretch your legs out in front of you or sit on a chair. That would work for this last movement, which is just a neutral spinal stretch, a little bit of a forward bend. So begin by reaching for whatever you can grab. My arms are pretty short, so that's my shins. You might be able to reach the feet or even the toes. Roll the shoulders back a little, lift the sternum. You may already be getting a fair bit of stretch in the inner thigh area. If this is enough for you, please stay here and focus on extension, focus on lift. If you have a little give and you feel that your pelvis can move a little, roll forward on the pelvis and let the body lean out over the legs like this. And the rest of it is breath. The inhale creating space and a little more length, and the exhale, the belly drawing in, allowing the back to drape forward, maybe a little more deeply over the legs. So the inhale, the chest lifts off the belly, and on the exhale, the chest lowers down a little more. Let this feel good. Let this work for you. And for your last couple breaths here, notice what happens in the pause after the exhale before you breathe in again. In other words, notice what happens in suspension. And now with the support of your hands, lift yourself back up to a tall seat. Bring your legs back either into cross-legged or however you're sitting today. Pause, observe the vitality of your body, noticing the effect of a pretty balanced asana practice. We addressed sort of 3 different areas: low body, spine, and then twists. Please bring your hands together at your heart. Reflect back to your own personal intention or aspiration for today. And we'll close our practice with 3 ohms. So today, I want you to listen for 3 distinct phases in the om. There's the O, the and then there's the silence that rings out after the And let's have each of those 3 phases be about the same in length. So listening for that. Let's do 3 together. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, please inhale now for Om. Peace above, peace below, peace in our hearts. Our practice is complete. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.